In today's video, I'm going to cover how to build a real-time Bitcoin price alert system with Python. Now, this system can be used to alert someone through Gmail if Bitcoin price or other cryptocurrency prices rise above or fall below a certain amount. For this, I need real-time data, and I'm going to get it from CoinGecko Prices API. This is an API that we can get real-time cryptocurrency prices programmatically, and then head to Google Cloud Console to grant access to my Gmail so that I can send emails programmatically, and then use easy Gmail library in Python so that I can receive or send emails, and then push the code to Heroku and use cron jobs so that the code can be live and operate all the time. So let's get into it. Okay, first let me show you how CoinGecko API actually works. There are a lot of APIs out there. Binance API, CoinMarketCap API, and they all provide you with real-time cryptocurrency prices. This one specifically is really easy to use because you don't need API keys for this, and you just can access it. So if you go to this address, coingecko.com en API documentation, and scroll down, you can see all these access points. I'm gonna use simple price, and if we try it out, we can check how it is. So if I'm gonna type Bitcoin versus USD, and if I hit execute, you can see the price of Bitcoin, which is now 22,000-ish, and I'm gonna use this, and as you can see, this is a response body, which is a JSON format, and if we copy this URL into our address bar and hit enter, we can see that we get the same response. Now I'm gonna get this through Python and send it to Gmail, and to someone's Gmail or my Gmail actually. So for that, I need to go to Google Cloud Console and grant access to my Gmail. So I'm gonna copy the link to that so that you can see. There's this documentation about that, and you guys can use it as well. The first thing that you need to do is to check which kind of credential type you need. So there is API key, OAuth, client ID, and service account. There are a lot of use cases for each of those, but I'm going to use OAuth client ID. This one is a credential to authenticate as an end user and access their data. Requires your app to request and receive consent from the user. So the first thing that we need to do is this consent part, and I'm gonna hit this link and go here. If you go here, I'm gonna use desktop app, and in here I'm gonna click on Google Cloud Console. You can see there's this instruction. You're gonna go to APIs and services, credentials, create credentials, OAuth client ID, application type, desktop app, and then name it and create, and then hit OK. So I'm gonna go change my email in the Google Cloud Console, because you don't want your primary email be used in this app, in these kind of applications. You certainly need a different email, and specifically for this job. So for that, you can see that I already have tested something. I'm gonna use another email, because if someone gets this API authentication credentials, they can access my Gmail and send email or receive emails and read the emails that I have. So first thing that we need to do here is that we need to create a new project, because we don't have any projects. So create a new project, name it whatever you want. I'm gonna call it cron job for the sake of the cron job at the end of this project. And we don't have any organizations, but let's do it. No organization, create. So the cron job is being created. After this is created, you can see that it's created. I'm gonna head to APIs and services, as we saw in that instructions. In here, there's this OAuth consent screen. So in here, you have this project. I'm gonna click on the project. You can see that we only can select external because you don't have an internal organization user. and then we create it. We're gonna call the app's name something like Gmail. We already did, so Gmail test. The support email doesn't matter, put the same thing as you have here. Actually it does matter because this is the email that your users will see, so don't put it something that you don't want your users to see. And I don't care about these, I don't have a domain, and then save and continue. So it's gonna ask me to enter developer contact information. This is the one that I mentioned. That's not the same thing as the one above. So let me enter my email and then save and continue. So the scope of the project, I actually don't care about any of these, but this only thing that I care is the test users, because I need some emails so that I can test them on. So I'm gonna add users, and in here I'm gonna add my email. I'm gonna add 2 emails actually, and then okay, and add. That's it. This is for testing the app that I'm actually building. After adding this, I'm gonna hit save and continue. It's gonna show me the summary of the things that I chose, and then that's it. It's created. Now that's created, we're gonna go to enable APIs and services. In here I need one of the APIs that is really important for me, and that's Gmail API. I'm gonna search for it because I actually don't have time to find it. So if you hit Gmail API in the search bar, it's gonna search it, and here. For this, we need to enable this Gmail API so that we can send and receive Gmails. Okay, we're gonna wait for this, and there we go, it's done. And in here, you can see that there is no info because we just enabled it and there is nothing to show. So we're gonna go to credentials in here, and you can see that there is no credentials. So the thing that I need is this OAuth 2.0 client IDs. So I'm gonna create a credential and select the OAuth client ID. We can see that the application type is gonna be a desktop app, doesn't matter, and the name desktop client 1 doesn't matter because this is a test app. If you are working on a serious app, it does matter. And after doing this, it's gonna show me this dialog box, and I'm gonna download the JSON file that it sent me. This is really important. You can use your client ID or client secret, and you shouldn't show this to anybody. That's why it's blurred. But the thing that we need is the client secret that we just downloaded as a JSON file. All right, I'm gonna move this client secret to my Python project and meet you there. Okay, I'm using PyCharm to code this project. So I moved the credentials file in here and changed the name. So this is really important. You need to change the name to credentials.json and move it in the directory that you are running your codes. So in here, I'm gonna create another file called requirements.txt. So this file is used to actually, let me show you, it's easier to show. This is used to install all the packages that you need. I'm going to use requests, request library, and also easy Gmail library. And it's going to say that the package requirements request easy Gmail are not satisfied. So I'm going to install the requirements. If you push this code to Heroku, because there is this requirements.txt file, it's going to realize that we are using these kind of libraries in our projects, and it's going to install it for us. This is really interesting. So then I'm going to head to main.py. In here, what I need to do is to write 2 lines of code. First, import easy Gmail, and then easy gmail.init. That's it. Now I'm gonna run this code. I don't know why this is throwing an error. Is it installed? I guess it's installed, but it's not yet. Yeah, it's indexing. So we need to wait for the installation to finish. It's indexing right now. And then, okay, it's done. Now we are gonna run this code. We see that it's gonna go to account, sign in, and this is the part that you need to choose one of the emails that you entered as your test users. So I'm gonna choose this email that I entered. I'm gonna close this. Okay, it's gonna say that Google hasn't verified this app, and we are gonna hit continue. And then again, continue. You are granting access to our app. So the authentication flow has completed. We're going to go back to the Python project. So we can see that there is this file created next to our script called token.json. This is really important. And when you are pushing your code to Heroku, you need to actually have token.json and credentials.json pushed as well. So we don't need to do anything else with this main.py file. Now I'm going to create another Python file called sendPrice.py. This is the Python file that I'm going to use so that I can write the main code. Actually, in here I'm going to import easy Gmail, import time, because I need to know actually from datetime, import datetime. Yes, this is the time that I'm gonna use to enter as my subject of the email, and then write import requests so that I can get the prices from CoinGecko, and then import time so that I can have a sleep there so that the price actually gets to the script, because it takes time to get to the script. Now I'm gonna put a comment right here, actually, okay, and say that this is what we are doing here. Send an email with the price of Bitcoin and time as subject. Okay, so anybody that reads this is gonna understand what's this code about. I'm gonna create a function called get BTC price. This is a function that we can enter the script for getting the price. So in here we are gonna write R, which is used for request dot get, and the URL that we had for the price of real-time price of Bitcoin. So I'm just gonna copy the URL that we used, and this is gonna get us a response, JSON response. So I'm gonna have this J equals to R dot JSON. So now J has our price as an array. So current price is gonna be J, the Bitcoin attribute, and then because it was versus USD, we need to enter USD so that the other attribute can be recognized. Then I'm gonna return current price. So this function gets the price from CoinGecko and translates it to what we want and returns the current price of Bitcoin. You can use this for any other cryptocurrency that you like. And also you can change the condition. For instance, say that if the price is this much, like raised above this amount, return a certain price, or return false. If the price is false, then you can just say that it's not important to send an alert to the user, so you don't do it. Okay, now I'm gonna have another comment. Defining the variable will send. I'm gonna have the time here. Now is the time dot now. Okay, this is a time, and the email subject is going to be F Bitcoin price at something, which is now. So it's gonna be Bitcoin price at this time as our email subject, and then the price is, okay, price is get Bitcoin price. So the function will get the price and put it in this variable right here, and then that's it. We are gonna have a time dot sleep 2 seconds so that we get the price and everything is finished. And then the email content that we have is gonna be for if price equals to $ price. Okay, now the content will be price equals to the price that we got from CoinGecko. And then we're gonna have, you can just print these and check it in your terminal as well, but we are not gonna do that here. So the other thing that we need to do is to launch the Gmail account, and it's gonna be easygmail.init. And then the last thing that we need to do is to send the email. All right, sending the email with a tailored object, giving the time and price. Okay, last thing is to use easygmail.send function. I'm gonna specify a Gmail address. This can be dynamically changed in your server, which is Heroku, but for now I'm gonna just use my personal account, personal Gmail. Okay, and then put the subject, and then put the content. That's it. So the code is finished right now, and the only thing that we need to do is to push the code to Heroku and test it on there and see if it's working, and then set the cron job to make this code live and, for instance, run it every 1 minute. All right, so now I'm gonna just push the code to Heroku. Let's get into it. Before we continue, I just wanna point out that I misspelled Bitcoin right here on line 14. And also, the other thing that we need to do is to create a Git repository. And as you can see, this command will start a Git repository. You need to install Git and also Heroku on your desktop. It says initialize empty Git repository in this directory. And the other thing is to create this file called .gitignore, and this is used for excluding the folders that we don't need actually in our Heroku server. So the first one is venv and the other one is .idea. We don't need these two. And if you have other Python scripts or files in your project that you don't need, you can use gitignore. So the next thing is to write Heroku create, and when you write this command, it will create a new project with a random name like Rocky Wave something on your Heroku account, and it will probably want you to log into your account before doing this. Because I'm logged in already, it's not asking me to do it. So the next thing is to write git add all. So if you write dot, it will add everything to your Git repository. Basically, this is for version control, and it is necessary to do. The other thing is to git commit -m and some commands pushing the code for cron job. There we go. Okay, it committed the files that I asked him to do. The next thing is to push the code to Heroku. Push Heroku master. This is our master branch. It says that git, please push the code to Heroku, and I want the master branch. So git has branches, and these branches have certain names, and the main one is the master on your local. So it is building the project and also pushing the code. After this is finished, we are gonna head to our Heroku account. In there, we are gonna install advanced scheduler and then use the cron job to send emails every 1 minute. Okay, it's finished. Let's go to Heroku. I just want to make sure, yeah, it's finished. If I refresh my Heroku account, I'm gonna see the project right here. There we go. It was Rocky Wave. I'm gonna click on it. There is nothing here, but the project, as you can see, deployed, build success, and we are gonna go to resources tab. In here, I'm gonna search for an add-on called Advanced Scheduler. You can use the Heroku cron job, but that actually is limited and you need to pay for it even more. This one is, the trial version is free and it's really easy to use, but there is a catch. You need to enter your credit card information to Heroku so that if you wanted to buy this product, you can. But we are not gonna buy it. You just need to enter our credit card information in here. I'm gonna use trial-free, submit order form. There we go. I'm gonna click on advanced scheduler. It's gonna go to the app, to the dashboard. Okay, in here we can see that there is this triggers row. I'm gonna create my first trigger. In here I'm gonna name it Gmail Bitcoin price. I already used it once, so, and in here I'm gonna write Python price on send underline price.py. This is the script that we wrote, and we are asking advanced scheduler to run this code for us, and it's running it with Python. So the other thing is to use the time zone that you want. I'm gonna just use UTC, and the state is active, and this the type is recurring because we need this to be live and recur every 1 minute. And I'm gonna use scheduler helper, and in here I'm gonna select minute every 1 minute. Okay, so the code will run every 1 minute, and we are gonna get an email each minute. So I'm gonna save it. There we go. Now if I go to my Gmail, I should see emails coming in. Alrighty, there we go. I'm just gonna need for 1 minute, and actually if I refresh, we need to, yeah, I need to wait for 1 minute to see if this happens. And if this does not happen, there is something wrong with our code. Okay, it was successful. I got the first email. You can see Bitcoin price at this time and you can see that there is this exact time, and the price is $22,896. And if I wait for another minute, I'm gonna get another one with the updated price. And that's it. Now you have an alert system on Heroku, and you can actually make this as like there we go, we have the other one. And actually you can use this to make another system for yourself and like have customers and actually charge people for alerting them for something. It doesn't actually need to be in crypto space, it can be in stock market space and other things, actually, like weather information, cars, like football matches, anything that you want, you can do this. The other thing is that if you do that, it's gonna be called something named SaaS, which is software as a service. So the goal is to turn these codes that we write, or like the scripts, the applications, to something useful for the user at the end. And we are doing that with a business model called SaaS, software as a service. You can look it up, and it's really interesting, and I'm gonna make other videos about that. But my next video is gonna be about machine learning and actually prediction of stock prices. All right, that would be all. Thank you for watching this video to the end, and I would be really happy if you just liked and subscribed to my channel.